St. Louis University basketball. It's a Tuesday night, and it's time for hoops as SLU tries to do something they have never done before. The Billikens are taking on George Washington tonight in an Atlantic 10 contest at Chaifetz Arena. Welcome courtside with Troy Robertson. I'm Tom Ackerman. First of all, the Billikens are coming off an annihilation of St. Bonaventure. That was impressive.
Well, you talk about playing the perfect game. That first half, especially at St. Bonaventure, was just absolutely perfect. Hitting on all cylinders. Ishan Sharma, all the teammates were just on fire coming off screens. 19 total three-pointers in a blowout road victory for the Billikens.
Sharma was out here at 5:08 p.m. knocking down threes. He was the first one on the floor, and it's about practice in this game, kids. When you get out there and you shoot as many times as he does, you're going to knock him down, and the Billikens can absolutely do that. They'll meet a very good team here in the Revolutionaries in George Washington, and a chance for SLU to go 20-1. They've never had that kind of start.
Yeah, a truly historic start to the season in the proud history of this program. What Josh Schertz has done here in his second year assembling this team could be historic tonight. Fun team, but it's going to be a big matchup with GW.
It's going to be a lot of fun. The Dayton game coming on Friday, but business tonight. It's the Billikens and the Revs. Josh Schertz, Ishan Sharma, Trey Green. It's time to play hoops in Midtown.
You know, 20 games in, you know, I still think there's a lot of room for growth for us on both ends of the floor. I think we can be better in some areas, but been, you know, a lot of trajectory of growth from where we started in November to where we are now, and certainly if you go back to June. So great disposition, great competitive character, talent, all the boxes you want to check to be a great team. And now, you know, it's about going out, and we know our biggest and toughest tests are in front of us starting tonight.
Right now, the team's focus is on not getting complacent. When I was talking to Ishan Sharma yesterday, after dropping 29 points, 9 made threes, he said that this team is all about the continuing to improve mentality. That is Kaizen. That is what Josh Schertz has instilled in this program. Ishan saying he has already turned the page immediately after that St. Bonaventure game ended. Schertz telling me right now his job isn't about the X's and O's in coaching, it's about the mentality, making sure they don't lose their edge. Most notably, they could make history tonight with the best start in program history at 20-1. So this game against GW is a big one. It's not every game you can drop 19 threes, but this team has all the right ingredients, guys.
Tamar, you're right. With Tamar Scher, Troy Robertson, I'm Tom Ackerman. Great to have you along for A10 basketball here at Chaifetz Arena. The Billikens and the Revolutionaries of George Washington. How about Coach Schertz looking sharp with a blue blazer?
Yeah, stepping up his game right away. Coming off a big win, he says, I'm going to go with a sport coat. Looks great. Big matchup tonight. Good crowd filing in. Should be a fun one.
3 dies on the back of the rim for Aaron Gurin. And here come the Billikens, and they love to shoot the 3. Both of these teams do. They will go bombs away. This GW team knocked down a ton of them in their win over Richmond. They nailed 15 threes, and the Billikens hit 19, as we talked about in the pregame. Good dish underneath there. Basket for Dion Brown, and the Billikens are on the board.
Yeah, a lot of similar styles here tonight, Tom. Both teams really like to shoot a lot of threes, as you mentioned, and get 2s at the rim. Not many mid-range shots. They have similar philosophies, both programs.
If you like up-tempo basketball, you're in for a treat tonight. This is Castro. He is their leading scorer. A little dish to Jones, and Christian Jones scores for the Revs, and they're on the board.
Yeah, good action there off the Castro handout. Jones gets downhill and finishes. He's really effective going to his right, finishing at the rim.
Quentin Jones with it for this Billikens team, and blocked inside. He averages a block and a half a game. Castro smacked it away from McCottry, and then a 3 is buried on the other end by Trey Autry.
Well, you see right away, quick block shot, get down the floor. They shot that ball with 4 seconds off the shot clock.
Robbie is long. Avila misses. And here come the Revs. GW, 3 losses in the A10. As driving in is Aaron Gurin, and underneath Castro gets fouled. There is McCottry and the Billikens. But this Revs team, as you can see on the break here, and knocking down the 3 is Autry. Troy, they lost 3 games in conference play, but it was at Dayton, it was at George Mason, it was at home against Davidson, where they're just a little out of sorts. It's a good basketball team.
It is a good basketball team. They really had a chance to win both the Dayton and George Mason game. And just talking to the coaching staff, they hit another 3-pointer there. They were certainly worried about tonight's team. They have a lot of respect for GW and the way they play.
That's John Aaron Gurin, who has knocked down a 3 here to make it 8-2. Autry with a 3, Aaron Gurin with a 3, and missing on that one is Brown. So the Billikens find themselves down 6 early. There is Jones, and they launch again, and a miss from the right side by Johnson. Brown taken away. It's Autry up ahead. Jones with the lay-in, misses it. Castro tried to put it back, gets fouled, and will go to the free throw line, and he lives there. Rafael Castro, more shot attempts from the free throw line than anyone in the A10.
Well, he could legitimately be the conference player of the year. We'll see how the rest of the year shakes out as you see the replay. Another 3 goes down from the right wing, but Castro and Robbie Avila, 2 prime candidates for the A10 player of the year. He's that good, averaging 16 and 8, as you see on your screen. Also leads them in blocks and steals. He can do a lot of things.
Castro with the miss, already has a couple of rebounds here tonight. And Castro missed them both. And an early roar from the student section here at Chaifetz. Good crowd. The word is out. The Billikens are good, and very, very good, historically good, if they get the win here today. Avila to McCottry. Tried to throw a baseline pass, got knocked away by Castro.
And Tom, we talked about it just off air before we came on. I think this game has a potential to be a little tight. Everybody's telling you how great you are if you're St. Louis U. You played unbelievable on the road at St. Bonaventure. You know you have Dayton coming in Friday. You really have got to bear down and handle business tonight.
I agree. I had the feeling going into this is going to be a hotly contested, tight A10 basketball game here. Avila with Johnson in his face, and it got taken away, and now Autry.
And the biggest reason for that is GW's quality of the way they play, pressure the ball. Got SLU on their heels early on here, up 8-2.
Castro to Jones. He'll take. And the ball bounces off the rim to Castro. Got his 3rd rebound. He'll work on Robbie and puts it in with the left hand. And it's 10-2 GW.
And right now, GW is just quicker all around. Loose balls, reactionary plays, getting their hands on plays. SLU's just a little stagnant at the moment.
A little out of sorts. Robbie takes matters in his own hands, goes inside. Jones got blocked by Castro. The ball's out of bounds. It's going to stay with SLU. But the 6'11" redshirt senior center, Rafael Castro, is a problem.
Well, he's just quick off the floor. Of course, he has crazy good length here. He looks like Q's got a layup, and then here comes the eraser. And it's just, so far, the first 4 minutes, GW is so much quicker off the floor and to the ball.
Trey Green, he'll launch. And hits Trey Green. And a whistle as the basket is good for Trey Green. And a foul is called.
Yeah, see, beautiful step back here from Trey. Right in that corner, just so good off the dribble. And they've got an underneath foul. I think it was on Garrett Johnson. Yes, it was. So it's going to be ball out of bounds. Opportunity here for SLU to get more points on the possession than just that Trey Green three.
How about that?
We've talked about that too a lot this year. Amari McCoughtry playing the four. He's always a little undersized. Garrett Johnson's a big guy at 6'8".
McCoughtry got trucked by Johnson in the lane.
And the referee's going to call double foul.
They do. Double foul called.
That's obviously 2 on Johnson right away, so he's going to have to come out of the game. Here comes Tyrone Marshall to replace him. You could see it brewing, even though it's early. They were both jawing a little bit back and forth.
And there it is, right there in the middle of the lane, a takedown for Garrett Johnson.
I'm sure if you're saying, if you're Amari, you're going, wait a minute, what did I do to get the double foul?
Here's McCoughtry with the highlighter shoes. He'll take it in, had it stripped away. And the ball last touched. It's going to be SLU basketball on the baseline. When we come back. Well, so far, it's GW doubling up the Billikens.
I think we have a culture where you can win. You know, you have principles, you have values, you have standards, you have programmatical bedrocks that kind of keep you grounded, you know, through the ups and downs of a season. We've not had many downs, but you know, you know, you always know, like in a season, like win could be at your back, and then next thing you know, it's at your face.
In this era of college sports, the transfer portal, you never know what you're going to get. Schertz and his staff went out and got 6 transfers, and Coach tells me he feels they went 6 for 6, something he said you hope for but never imagine. A lot of that has to do with the way this team has gelled together early. Coach told me a story about a team dinner they had after a massive road win at VCU going into LaSalle. He was a little uneasy, but he said he thought they were going to get kicked out of the restaurant. The guys were so loud, laughing with each other. He said he looked at his wife and said, "We'll be just fine." And that's when he knew the camaraderie on this team is something he's seen in all the tournament teams he's been around. So we continue to see this team play an unselfish style of ball, and they'll be just fine.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
I love that. You never did that, right?
No,
you
never.
guys never
Always
caused trouble.
Quiet gentleman,
Yeah, right.
always, especially after a big road win.
The Billikens are down by 5 at home against George Washington. Quentin Jones trying to get around Castro. They're going to try to move the big man around a little bit. Avila got a hand on it. Castro. And over now to Marshall, and buckets for GW. George Washington leads by 7.
Well, if you're a fan of St. Louis U and you've been with us for these broadcasts this year, you know we like to play fast. They get out and go. In the first 5 minutes, you can see the same thing for George Washington. Any turnover, any block shot, they are running and attacking.
We'll see what adjustments they made during the timeout. Dion Brown over to McCautry. He's got Quentin Jones with him, and now Robbie for 3. And 2 Revs get the rebound. Castro got it away.
And that shot will be there for Robbie. If Castro's going to guard the front of the rim as he gets on the roll here.
Just misses off the rim for Castro. Avila over to McCautry. And a whistle on this center of the floor.
Foul down low on Autry here. You can just see the run out from Castro. Marshall finishes with the goaltend. I mean, they've got athletes. They play 9 guys. They've got 6 different players that average 10 or more. So they're a very similar style and great depth as an asset, just like St. Louis U.
Inbound pass for Trey Green. A look there at Chris Caputo, head coach of the Revolutionaries. Former assistant for Jim Larinaga at Miami. In and out for Trey. And Castro with a rebound.
So who's going to have to find a way to get an offensive rebound in there? Castro's really patrolling that paint. Get some extra possessions.
Castro's going to have like 900 rebounds in this game. He has 6 already. Losing it on the baseline and running out of room was Dinkins.
Great closeout that time by Dion Brown. I think it's just the hardest thing in basketball. Run full speed to a shooter, chop your feet, try and get them to stay in front of you as they drive. You'll see it right here as Benjamin passes and Dion just closes quickly but keeps his feet. Moves to the baseline, causes a turnover. Really good.
Robbie controlling things from beyond 3. Trey Green's already knocked one down. McCautry out there with Dion Brown and Quentin Jones, and now Dion loses it inside. Here comes GW.
Tough angle for that pass.
Dinkins loves to shoot the 3. He's second to Trey Green in the league, 42%. And a layup good by Marshall. It was Marshall, and it is GW putting on what Billikens usually put on their opponent. They are running in St. Louis.
Tyrone Marshall Jr. on the drive downhill, the lay-in. GW up 14-5, and there's no doubt, Tom, if they've thrown the first punch, maybe the first few punches. St. Louis U is on their heels. As you said, as we were going to break, we're used to seeing them be the aggressor and them speeding up the tempo. And so far, through the first 6 minutes, it's the other way around.
The Billikens in A-10 play go on runs. That's how they control these games. Meanwhile, they've had to withstand a 10-2 run to open this game by GW. It's 14-5. Otieno in the game. Green, an off-balance three, hits the three. Trey Green.
Wow, that is so hard to run that quick, get to your spot, get that handoff. Trey Green and Ishan Sharma, two of the best guys in the country at that, coming off those handoffs at full speed.
And Sharma is in the game. Crowd wanted to travel. Marshall stops, and that is a travel.
Yeah, look at Trey Green here. There's a great podcast with Zach Beauvoir was on today. I was listening to it about how fast these guys come off these screens. I mean, look at that. He's basically out of bounds. Trey Green is. Step back in the corner at full speed over a hand. Just an amazing shot. And you see Coach Schertz right away. He could feel the pressure, so he brings Kellen Thames. He brings Paul Otieno and Ishan Sharma. See if they can match the energy.
Yeah, fun lineup in here for sure. Dion trying to find an opening, and an offensive foul is called. Dion Brown whistled for the foul.
Yeah, I can see that from our vantage point really well. Dion's in the post, which he really likes, but watch as he turns to his right. He's kind of with this hook with his right arm, holds him off. Wasn't exaggerated. The defender did a good job to sell it. I can see that call.
Tyrone Marshall Jr. has 4 points early on for GW. Now Dinkins with Sharma all over him. Trying to get around a screen. Now Otieno picks him up. And he launches. And the rebound is grabbed by Hunger. And GW resets with a 6-point lead. Luke Hunger underneath. And this is good size GW team as well.
Yeah, they're playing hard.
Thames going downhill. Will not count. That basket will not count. That is a foul on the floor. Officials are talking about it, and now they count the basket. So what you saw there was Eric Curry said no basket, and then after a discussion with his fellow officials said, you know, that is a basket.
I think that's the right call. I mean, the continuation is all about, do you stop and gather, blow it? That was one continuous motion for Kellen. Of course, anytime Kellen does something, it's explosive and quick. Just gets a rebound on the defensive end, comes up and attacks the entire 94 feet.
Kellen Thames gets the crowd excited. Every time he comes into the game, you hear the crowd get revved up. And there's a save. And there's Kellen. And Sharma over to Trey, who has the hot hand. And long on that three.
Good find there. Good extra pass. Really good hustle by Kellen. Extra pass by Ish. Just didn't go down.
Benjamin to the corner for Marshall. Back out, Boo Boo Benjamin. This is the three. Long rebound, grabbed by Jones. Christian Jones keeps his dribble. Works on Trey Green and a foul. 11:40 to go in the first half, and the Billikens slowly but surely climb back. They're down 4. George Washington leads SLU 14-10 here in the middle of the first half at Chaffetz Arena with Troy Robertson, Tamar Scher. I'm Tom Ackerman. Well, the starting lineup featured Erwin Claggett as well as Scott Highmark and H. Waldman. But did you know the last time that SLU started 19-1, there's your #1 song, your #1 movie, and Ozzie Smith was playing for the Cardinals and was an all-star.
The marine biologist in Seinfeld, an all-time classic. George said, the sea was angry that day, my friend, like an old man trying to send soup back in a deli.
Oh, my
I love me some Seinfeld.
Absolutely. Jim Carrey. I was a freshman in college.
You know what? And there's a lot of similarities with that team in this one. Mainly shooting. Claggett, Highmark, H. Waldman. They had characters, they had personality, they had a great coach, just like Josh Schertz. Although completely different styles. Boone was so defensive orientated. Josh is such an offensive mastermind. Different styles, but same result.
And a quick three from Dinkins is missed, but crashing the boards, and that one is not in. It's off the rim, but a foul was called.
They get Trey on the push in the back. That gets him his second.
It was Benjamin who came crashing in.
Yeah, you see a little baseline out of bounds play where it's going to Dinkins in the corner. And just as he follows hard Benjamin, Trey gets him in the back. And I would tell you, Tom, that this George Washington team, from our vantage point, feels like the first time all year athletically, it's an even matchup. There are times it looks like St. Louis U's pace, their athletes, their speed is superior. Even if the game's close, you just feel like it's going to get stretched out. Watching this game the first 9 minutes, I think matchup athletic-wise is very even.
I agree. The Revs have gone quiet for the last 2.5 minutes of the scoring drought. They are out rebounding SLU 12-8. 3 missed there. The rebound is taken by Jones.
Another great look off that dribble handoff, just didn't fall down. Those are the shots SLU takes and makes typically.
Marshall gets around Sharma in the lane. Marshall with a one-hander.
GW's got a lot of interchangeable parts, just like St. Louis U. 6'5", 6'6" athletes that can get to the paint, little jump hook. Nice bucket there.
Otieno holds and waits for McCottry. Sets a screen for him, and cutting on the baseline was Thames. Sharma, a little runner.
Well, when you make 9 threes, the scouting report is run to the three-point line. That time just a little hesitation. Floater in the lane. Good finish there from Ishan.
They go inside to Castro. He spins around Thames and scores. It gets fouled. And Rafael Castro is imposing his will early.
Strong finish in the paint there from Castro as we see Ishan Sharma in the last bucket. Let's get right to the paint. There's gold in that paint. Little floater over Castro. And then down on this end, he liked his matchup with Kellen. Just kind of was patient, exploded to the rim, draws the foul. Some early foul trouble already, 7 on the Billikens. Not even 10 minutes in.
Billiken foul trouble, 2 on Trey Green, 2 on Dion Brown. A foul apiece on Jones, McCottry, and Sharma. And Castro is now 0 for 3 at the line. He has 4 points and 6 rebounds.
Yeah, I think that foul trouble is like we were talking. That's a result of George Washington matching the athleticism, really taking it to the Billikens, getting downhill. It's a kick.
Try to force a pass into Thames. It'll stay with SLU. GW 0 for 5 as a team at the line. In fact, nobody's hit a free throw yet. Billikens are 0 for 1. Robbie, he'll take that all day. Off the mark.
Yeah, and those are the shots he's going to have to keep taking. Pull Castro out away from the basket.
Castro against Avila. 3 ball. Goes down for Trey Autry.
Really good ball movement there by GW. Good 3-point shot by Trey Autry. That's what happens when you have to double the big. You've got to run out of it.
They swing it to Sharma, back to Quentin Jones. He'll attack, now back to Sharma. Long rebound to McCottry. Q He's got Jones to deal with. Jones against Jones. Q takes him. Won't go. And McCautry comes up with it again. It's Thames underneath. Thames with the basket and gets fouled. The Billikens relentless on that possession.
Yeah, really good job, Robbie, keeping it alive. Amari gets to it, finds Kellen down low for the reverse finish. That's the kind of effort and energy you're going to have tonight to match GW. You see it here, Amari, great find. Of course, we know what it's like to be Kellen Thames. Just get in the air and figure it out. He's got that luxury. He's so athletic. Goes to the line, see if he can finish it.
Kellen Thames, the local product, Pattonville High School, with the Billikens, and another free throw is missed. Nobody has made a free throw so far.
Kellen's free throws are always just a little flat. They seem a little extra flat tonight. A little bit more arch. That ball in the air.
Christian Jones. They bring it into the corner for Marshall. Misses it. Castro snags the rebound. And now Autry, who pops and misses. Robbie comes up with a rebound. He's got Sharma in the corner. Instead, out to Robbie. Back inside of Thames. Great ball movement by Slew. And cuts it to Spy.
Beautiful pass by Robbie. That's what he does best. Makes the right decision, finds Kellen on the cut.
Castro tied up with Avila. And the possession arrow says Slew basketball with 8:28 to go here in the first half. This place ready to roar.
Yeah, you see the last one here, just Robbie reading the defense. And you know if you're Kellen, you've got to be super quick. Catch, finish, because Castro was in the area. Just get this sense this game is going to be intense. A lot of back and forth. A lot of like mini runs and tough possessions.
Castro takes a seat before the under 8 timeout. He has not committed a foul yet. Avila. Yes.
Easy read. The defense really got extended too high that time. Hunger got out too far away from the basket. Robbie was patented left-hand finish within 3.
There is Hunger, baseline J, no good. Rebound, Quentin Jones. Here come the Billikens. They're down by 3. Here's Thames, downhill, takes it in, had it blocked, out of bounds. Marshall got a piece.
You can see that from half court. 1 step, 2 step, Kellen was attacking. Robbie on the finish last time. Stay with us, it's gonna be a good one here at Chaffetz.
All right, we'll catch our breath here. George Washington leading SLU 21-18, 7:48 to go before halftime. And it is cold outside. I mean, we had a deep freeze here in St. Louis with lots of snow over the weekend, but the two teams here a little chilly from the outside especially, Troy.
Yeah, not a lot of threes falling just yet. Of course, we've only seen one free throw go down, or maybe zero. But really all year, the Billiken defense has been really great. Number 1 in the country in opposing field goal percentage. Of course, we talk all the time about Schertz's offense and their athleticism and their 90 points a game, but he really, really values and prides himself on that defensive philosophy as well.
Robbie with a great shot fake. Now has 2 defenders to deal with, and Otieno couldn't get the pass from him. Here's Trey Autry. Johnson got away with a walk, perhaps. And now underneath. And a foul is called. Hunger on his way in.
Crowd didn't like Garrett Johnson. Little elbow extended on that drive, I think. He's got 2 fouls. Interesting decision to put him back in. Coach Schertz is going to match that and put Trey Green back in with 2 fouls. Always kind of hated that as a player if you get 2 and it's like an automatic. You have to sit the half. I think you could be situational with it. Obviously, have to tell your guys to be smart and the guys you trust. But I think Trey Green's too valuable to leave him out for a whole 7 minutes.
Let's go to Tamar Sher.
Well, guys, when I was listening into the huddle, Coach Schertz and his staff saying, you got to create space, drive them back, got to get those rebounds, turning the ball over left and right, but you got to play with force. That was their main sentiment.
Avila for 3. There's the 3 for Robbie.
He gave Schertz a point there. I think they drew that up in the huddle. A little horns action, they call it, where he goes off both screens. Hunger gets caught a little behind. Robbie catches, knocks it down. Tie game.
Billikens on a 9-0 run. Johnson ends that with a 3.
He says, I'm a big man. I can step away from the basket and make that too. Tough matchup to follow Johnson out there.
Johnson, the Princeton transfer. Robbie Avila. He can do this from long range.
Yeah, like I said, out of the timeout, you can just see he's got his feet set really pretty. Right when that came off his hands, just had a natural rotation. Shoot that with confidence. That's his biggest asset, is pulling those bigs away from the basket, making shot after shot.
Robbie with Luke Hunger guarding him. Hunger's a Northwestern transfer. Loft inside, and Otieno lost it. It's going to be GW basketball with 6:32 to go in the half.
Coach Schertz looking, they might challenge that one. I think it's the right call. He kind of, after it got deflected, I thought Paul brushed it with his hand. That's one of those ones, easy for me to say from over here, but when you're that high above the rim, just catch and lay it in. When you bring it back down, you bring a lot of defense with you.
Quentin Jones guarding Aaron Gurin. And now Johnson, he's feeling it. He goes in for the bucket. Garrett Johnson is heating up.
Yeah, really good flare action there. He went into the screen, flared to his right, made a read and finished.
Robbie takes it in and had it taken, but foul.
Yeah, you see it there, just a flare off that top, rips through and finishes. It's a good matchup with Ishan Sharma. Similar players. You've got to respect the 3. You run out there to it. But then Johnson did a great job driving the closeout, finishing with his left hand. I think part of this game time as it develops is who can get stops without fouling. GW now with 7 fouls. They send SLU to the bonus. SLU already with 18 fouls. Who can set their defense and play really good, smart team defense without fouling?
Johnson made his official return to the court November 12th, preparing for the first time since February of 2024. Missed the final 8 games of his redshirt freshman season due to pain stemming from a benign tumor in his left hip. He's undergone 22 rounds of chemotherapy to minimize that effect. Then he missed all of last season with a torn ACL. And he is
tough young man.
Tough as they come. He sits for the moment. Dinkins to Castro, tries to spin around Dion. Now this is interesting. They have Dion working him and they double him. And the three missed by Benjamin, but cleaned up by Dinkins.
And again, that double creates everybody out of balance. They're having to run to shooters. Rotation didn't get there in time and leaves a wide open tip back.
Robbie surveys the scene. Q. It won't fall for Quentin Jones. Out of bounds, stays with SLU.
Yeah, we'll watch the last possession here, the rotation. Benjamin goes for three. Billikens just don't cover the backside board, and Dinkins is there for the easy putback. Again, just GW's active. They're flying to the glass. They've had a lot of active hands where they've gotten some steals or some putbacks. But they're definitely here for the fight.
Sharma comes out of the game, so does Quentin Jones. McCautry is in there with Dion, Trey, Paul, and Robbie. Otieno. Now to Dion Brown. Dion using his strength to push out of the way to McCautry. Launches and comes up short. Ball bounces around into the hands of Dinkins.
I think Amari really wanted to shoot that one. Wasn't quite set.
Boy, they are like a carbon copy. They play quick, they move, and they are incredibly athletic, GW. Here's Dinkins to Jones. Now on the attack, making some room for himself and scoring is Benjamin.
Well, they're definitely not calling that offhand little push-off, a little discard. But you're right, it's a read and react offense as Trey launches one. Both teams switch a lot. Oh, don't foul.
And a frustration for Trey, and for Trey Green, another foul. After launching the long three and missing, he commits a foul.
Yeah, that's his third. But again, you just see the drive from Benjamin last time. Felt like he had an angle, kind of bodied Robbie that time, got to the bucket.
They certainly have the Billikens discombobulated here. Green takes a seat with 3 fouls. Robbie also sits as we near the under 4 timeout. Sharma back on the floor with Thames.
And Coach Schertz is looking for that right lineup. Given the foul trouble, who does he go to? What are the matchups that he likes? Feels like one of these games where Kellen Thames is just going to be crucial.
The Center for Advanced Dental Education, the official dental specialties partner of St. Louis University Athletics. For more information, visit cade.slu.edu. GW by 9. Sharma gives it back to Otieno and had it swatted away. Castro did it. Now McCautry with a tough 2, and that won't fall. Otieno can't get it to go and can't get the rebound back.
Yeah, you're going to have to finish like a man tonight. Not a lot of floaters, not a lot of tip stuff. It's going to have to be strong at the rim.
Jones finds Autry. He hits the 3. Trey Autry turns to the SLU bench and the crowd beyond. And it's a double-digit lead and more. Christian Jones throws it down. It's a 14-point lead for George Washington at Chaifetz Arena. An 11-0 run. This season, Neighbors Credit Union is teaming up with Billiken Basketball to block out hunger within our communities. For every block tallied by the men's and women's basketball teams this season, Neighbors Credit Union will donate $20 to Operation Food Search. For more information, visit slewbillikens.com/neighbors or neighborscu.org. Billikens have some work to do. They are down 14 in the first half to George Washington at the 3:50 mark.
Yeah, George Washington from the start has been more aggressive, more physical, just absolutely punched SLU in the face. Gets a turnover, jam there at the end, up 14 now. See where SLU goes for some answers.
A near steal there by Castro. And now Brown with Castro looming. Tried to get it to Otieno and got fouled before that ball eluded Otieno.
And so far it's been really tough for St. Louis U. They get by that initial defender, and there's Castro waiting for him. So what's the read? It's a spray out to a shooter, to Robbie, or to Ishan. But so far, Castro's really impacted the game with his length around the rim as Johnson comes back in the game.
So far, the Billikens are 3 of 14 from 3. Free throw missed. Otieno grabs the board. McCottry takes his time and drills the three.
Amari McCottry's one of those guys that has to be all the way locked in mentally. The last turnover he just had, to see what his response is to come back and hit a three. Reminds me a little bit of the three hit at VCU. He made a bad play and answered it with a huge stretch down the run there.
Autry hits the three and got knocked down, fouled. He'll go to the line. Autry has just been fired away. He's 4 of 5 from 3 and 12 points. He averages 10.8.
Well, there's no hesitation. You can see it, right? Autry gets his feet set. Dinkins gets his feet set. Any of these guys, they let it fly. They play with confidence. They've got it going. They're free and easy, up 14, 3:01 to go. Yeah, Kellen's just a step slow on the closeout. It's such a hard thing when you're trying to contest that shot, but you can't let your feet get into the body of the shooter.
4-point play for Trey Autry. 15-point lead for GW. Jones back to Robbie. Avila working on Autry. Comes up short. Ball's loose. Autry gets it to Jones. Billikens back defensively. Long three for Dinkins. And a rebound, Avila.
I feel like the word around the rim is just sluggish, Tom. They're just a little sluggish, St. Louis U, at finishing in the paint. Credit GW for that.
Sharma long on the three. Out of bounds, stays with SLU. Last touch by Castro.
See if they can get something in the paint here. Strong, get a dunk, get a finish, get the crowd going a little bit, and then work their way back out to three. Three-pointers have been slow tonight.
They're going to have to go on one of their famous runs. Here is Thames. The dish. McCottry attacks. Here comes Castro. Outside. Quentin Jones missed it. And the rebound, Castro.
Good box out there.
Dinkins comes around the screen. Looked at Castro. Now dribbles around. Castro could not get it to Jones with McCottry following him, but Autry takes the three anyway. And a rebound, Sharma. Avila, through two defenders score.
Yeah, really good patience by Robbie on the roll that time. Kind of just held on to it for a little half second, a little pump underneath, and finishes. Minute 24 left in the half.
Josh Schertz claps his hands together, encouraging his defense. Benjamin falls down. Still struggling with it. Ball's on the floor. And it's going to be SLU basketball.
Yeah, I think they call it kickball there on Benjamin. Roll this back in the last play. Just a really good read. Quentin Jones to Robbie. Then the up and under.
1:13 before half. 41-28. The 4th turnover on GW. Billikens have 7.
See if they stay in this pick and roll, kind of find an opportunity for Robbie. Now he's going to go down the block.
Draws 2, leaves it inside for Thames.
Yeah. Smart play by Robbie. Saw his matchup right away, got to the post, double team, throws the assist.
Hunger. And it's stolen away. It's Sharma. And now McCautry. Amari goes one-on-one.
Wow.
And got fouled. There is a foul on Aaron Gurin with 33.1, and the Billikens trying to get this thing back to single digits.
Yeah, we talked about it here again. Robbie, of course, we know Kellen Thames just absolutely dives to the front of the rim any chance that he gets. Right spot to finish. Big one-on-one here for Amari. Make some defensive substitutions, get Paul Otieno back in the game, and Dion Brown.
We haven't had a lot of drama here at Chaifetz Arena. Billikens have blown out pretty much everybody that's come their way. Grand Canyon, they beat by 14. San Francisco gave them a 10-point game. On the road, the Billikens a little shaky. At Duquesne, at LaSalle, didn't like the way they closed that out. They are coming off a 35-point thumping of St. Bonaventure, and here comes George Washington with something to say.
Yeah.
And a timeout called by GW and their coach, Chris Caputo. We'll be back. 25.1 on the clock before halftime. As the Billikens will get some opportunities here in the second half to see what they're made of.
Well, they're going to get a stop here to start with, and George Washington out of the timeout, see what they draw up. Probably use Castro in another situation, either off a high pick and roll or down in the block if they can get it to him. They've got shooters everywhere with Johnson back in the game as well.
Jones with Dion Brown. Best on-ball defender SLU has. Just giving him all kinds of heat.
Oh.
Jones, and a foul is called with 4 seconds.
I tell you, that's a tough call. Dion really moved his feet really well for the first 30 seconds or 25 seconds of that possession. Just gets beat slightly. Little lie. I mean, he's got a little hand on that initial drive, but he's in good position. Credit Jones for handling the ball.
Christian Jones hits the free throw. GW up 12. Avalu in the game for Otieno.
Such a hard thing to call for these referees. These guys are big, strong, quick athletes. What's a normal movement and what's a little excessive? What's a hand check and what's just playing basketball? It's tough when it happens that fast.
Jones spins it into the basket, and with 4 seconds, they'll try to get a shot off here with Quentin Jones. He'll take it.
Good look.
And Q knocks it down. What a way to end the half. A little momentum going into the locker room, and a big-time shot by Quentin Jones. Cuts it to 10.
Yeah, really good drop on the out of bounds there for Quentin. Just kind of had that little trailer. Robbie set up a great screen right about 40 feet from the basket. But I tell you, they needed some kind of jolt or some good news there going into the half.
Here's the shot.
There's that screen just gives it just enough room for Quentin to set. Going full speed.
Let's go to Tamar Scher.
Hey, Coach, it was a tough, fast-paced game, a good way to end that half, but what are you expecting from this team coming out of the break?
Got to be so much more physical on both ends, playing with no force on offense, no physicality on defense. They're getting what they want, getting second chances, soft for the ball, missing plays around the rim, and then getting our butts kicked on the glass down there. So we got to be much better on both ends, much more force offensively downhill, making good plays, much more physicality on the defensive end, playing with none.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you to Josh Schertz and to Tamar Scher. They're down by 10 at the break, 43-33. Halftime activity coming right after this.
Freshman entrepreneurship major from Springfield, Missouri, Ty Yeager.
I don't know if we have a
There is SLU men's soccer. And what a run they had in the NCAA tournament. What a great scene this has been just overall in SLU athletics. With Troy Robertson, I'm Tom Ackerman, Chaffetz Arena. This Billikens team unbeaten in the Atlantic 10, but they have met their match tonight in George Washington.
Well, they absolutely got punched in the face right out of the gates. You heard Coach Schertz say we have no force, no physicality. I can guarantee you from being in those kinds of halftimes, they're being challenged right now. It's going to be about intensity and the way that they react to that force that GW has brought tonight.
It has been a clinic put on by GW, getting to the glass, They shoot the ball well. Just overall, they are the best team athletically and maybe just period that SLU has played so far.
Yeah, from our eyes and from our vantage point, all these broadcasts all season, this is the best athletic matchup. They have a lot of interchangeable pieces. They play the same philosophy. So a lot of similarity. The difference has been just their conviction to play strong tonight and really be the aggressor. I thought SLU's been on their heels from the opening tip. So we'll see how it rolls out in the second half.
And that's with all respect to VCU.
Yeah.
This GW team's good. We'll be back with more at halftime right after this. George Washington leads SLU 43-33 at the half. First time SLU has been knocked around like this, and the Revolutionaries trying to do a little number here in the A-10. Well, we're joined by SLU softball coach Christy Knoyer, who for the first time in SLU softball history won the A-10 tournament, went to the NCAA tournament. First of all, congratulations. What I'm sure you're still glowing about was an amazing season.
It was incredible, Tom. Thank you, and thanks for the opportunity to speak with you about our team, our current team, and last year's team. What a run! It was unbelievable. It was fun watching men's soccer just getting introduced, and I talked to Kevin a lot about that. You can't make it up. Just incredible plays, come from behind victories, come out of the losers bracket, make that first run ever in the NCAA tournament to get there. 15-game winning streak. It's just it's a remarkable season.
And to do that, everybody has to contribute. Everybody has to do something. It is amazing how that all comes together.
It took every single kid, and that's what's special about that team. We talk about it from freshmen to seniors. I mean, you've got an incredible senior class, but the celebration, the joy, the teamwork. We weren't just a group of players. We were a team. Group is, they're common because we're all wearing gloves. No, this is a team. We got a common goal. We were after something. They played for each other. They worked together. Everybody stepped up at the right time. It's awesome.
You have a great star in Abby Mallow. Tell us about her.
Yeah, she's an exceptional young woman. I can speak to her, of course, her athletic ability. She's strong. She strikes the ball very well. She's a presence. Last year was her first year behind the plate. She's played third base for us. She's played outfield. A coachable kid that will take everything you throw at her and run with it. And then not only the kid herself as an athlete, she's a biomedical engineer. So someone that studies the game and then studies beyond what she wants to, cure everything, save the world. What an incredible young woman.
So what's next for you? When do you get things going here, and how can fans follow along?
We start up a week from tomorrow. We're actually flying out to San Diego for our first tournament. Watch us. We're talking to Mickey Smith earlier. Live stats, got all kinds of opportunities. We're not at home until early March. Actually, again, we're talking about George Washington. That's where we open A-10 play. I used to not like that place, but love it now. I love playing there now. But we've got 4 preseason, early season tournaments. Then we're start A-10 play at GDA. We're home mid-March, and we host the A-10 tournament here in St. Louis. So excited to be able to do that this year.
That will be exciting, and it is a lot of fun around here with all the success these teams are having. Congratulations again on what was a phenomenal season to follow, and good luck on everything that's coming your way. I know that everybody's excited to get it going again after all of that.
Well, after all the snow, we're definitely excited to get outside and get rolling and taking what we learned with that experience. New set of freshmen, new set of faces on the team. But like we talked about, we know the recipe. We know the recipe will get it done. I'm excited for the season.
Congratulations.
Appreciate
Great to visit with Christy Knoyer, head coach of the SLU softball team. When we come back, got to figure out how to get this Billikens basketball team going again. They're down 10 at the break. Troy rejoins me right after this. Robertson and Tamar Scher I'm Tom Ackerman. Tamar talked to Coach Josh Schertz at halftime, and he said physicality. It was the first thing he said.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
I heard force and physicality, just being more aggressive, being strong. Rarely do we see the Billikens be in the negative and the points in the paint. As you see, GW has the advantage 20-16. And on top of that, 9-2 fast break. Again, that just talks to speed, activity, athleticism, and the Billikens have been on their heels all night, and then compounded with only shooting 5 for 18 from 3. See if after that halftime talk, which I'm sure Coach Schertz was animated, let's say, if they can turn all those around.
Well, I would have loved to hear that. GW is shooting 52% from the floor, Billikens 37%. And again, those rebounds, although it's a slim margin, 23-22, you can see it pretty clearly. It has been GW's night on the boards and inside. Top scorer in this game is Trey Autry. He's the only one in double figures with 13, but this trio of Billikens, that's what they've done so far.
Yeah, I thought Trey Green had a lot of bounce in his step early, but he got in foul trouble. 2 early fouls, had to sit, then picked up his third. Of course, we know about Kellen Thames. I think if you're looking for energy, he's your answer with 8 points. And then Robbie had a lot of good looks. He made a couple, but he's the matchup problem, pulling Castro away from the basket, see if he can get some momentum this half.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, if you're going to win this game, you might need Robbie to win it for you. And the way that he had so many touches and looks, look for him to have much of the same in the second half. And when Ishan Sharma comes into the game, will he start to light it up? They seem to be able to close very quickly, or in many cases this season, separate themselves when he gets hot from the outside. Hit 9 threes in the last game, 29 points. Nobody had more points in a game this season than Sharma's 29 against St. Bonaventure. He has 2 so far.
And you hear commentators and guys like us all across the country say, well, these first 4 minutes are really big coming out of half. That's kind of a catchphrase. I think that's absolutely the case here. Who's going to establish their identity? Who's going to bring that aggression, that force that Coach Schertz talked about? Who's going to get this momentum going early on here in the second half?
They go with Autry, Aaron Gurin, Johnson, Jones, and Castro on the GW side. And the Billikens counter with McCautry, Green, Jones, Avila, and Thames will start on the floor here in the second half.
Here's a switch. Robbie guarding the point guard.
And 3 seconds is the call.
Really interesting look there. How many times at half do you say, hey, Robbie, you're going to start by guarding the other team's point guard? That way, Castro thought he had the matchup just 3 seconds in the lane. Interesting if that's just a one time out of the gate or if they'll stick with that.
Interesting indeed as Jones handles it for the Billikens. Now Castro on Robbie. Green gets followed, but takes it all the way in. Trey Green with the basket.
Yeah, really good cut. It's just that read and react offense, a little scissor play. And they are going to leave Robbie on.
Aaron Gurin, who had it bounce away from him. Now Castro against McCautry. And McCautry picks his pocket. Here's Thames. Kellen looks at Q. Jones looks back inside. Trey Green liable to shoot from anywhere. Trey, the pass to a cutter. Thames with the basket, and just like that, it's down to 6.
Well, we talked about energy right out of the gate. Nobody better than Kellen Thames. He gets the start right away.
A miss from the other end, and here come the Billikens. Trey Green. He has Robbie open. Robbie goes in. Johnson blocked it. Robbie wanted a foul. Aaron Gurin looks to Castro, who lays it in. Rafael Castro with the basket for GW.
Robbie usually so good around the rim with that left hand.
Jones for 3. And a rebound underneath. Fighting for it is Thames, but coming up with it is Autry. Johnson working on the smaller Trey Green.
Foul.
Got his hand up there, slipped down, and ball goes out of bounds. Johnson does tend to lift that arm up a little bit, doesn't he?
They're going to get him one of these times. I'm sure Coach Schertz is in the official's ear about that offhand. It's subtle enough, but you can see he raises it. He got Trey on the chin that time.
Billikens win that battle. 8-point game. GW led by as many as 15. Trey got bumped. No foul, goes down. Johnson came up with it, and now a foul as they call it on McCutcheon.
I think this adversity is good for St. Louis U. You can see Trey Green, Thames, and Amari here. So he reaches in and gets the foul. They're all kind of looking at each other like, hey, I was in the corner, I was cutting. You know, they're really being tested here tonight. See how they communicate their way through it, what adjustments they make to get on track. It's back to kind of conventional, well, I said conventional matchups, but you got Robbie back on Autry now.
And Dinkins scores on Trey Green.
The size advantage. Dinkins just uses size, getting the paint, little shoulder and pull up.
Trey to Robbie. Castro on him, and now a foul is called. They're going to get Autry, who was trying to catch up with McCutcheon. No, I take it back. They called that on Castro.
Yeah, a little slap as he handed it off. Robbie handed it off there. That's his first, Castro. 6 points, 9 rebounds so far. Just played a complete game, 2 blocks. You can see why the buzz and the hype around him. Really a good player.
Yeah, he's a difference maker for sure. Jones goes inside to Robbie, and Trey Autry comes up with it and gets fouled by McCutcheon.
Well, we've been talking about how Castro's affected the pick and rolls all night. That time you could see as Quentin Jones came around the screen from Robbie, there was a split second, it was open, but Castro's length knocks the ball away, and then you kind of put Amari in a bad spot where he reaches in and gets another foul.
Third foul on Amari. He stays in the game. It's the lineup they opened with. Long three goes down for Christian Jones. And just like that, GW goes up 13. Billikens had it down to 6.
Yeah, really credit them. They've made some good runs on St. Louis U tonight. Great answers all night long.
McCutcheon outside, Robbie. Hesitates, now Trey. He'll take it. Trey Green buries the 3.
So tough. Step back, deep, really strong there. Great shot from Trey.
Castro, no! And Avila comes up with a rebound. Here come the Billikens. Running, it's Quentin Jones. The foul is called.
Well, you have to get your stops to get out and run. See the play before Trey. Watch his step back. He hits his left foot and then all the way back, a big hop over Autry. Nothing but nylon. That is so hard to do, to get your balance, get that ball up in the air quickly over the outstretched hand. Really impressive.
Quentin Jones banked in a 3 before halftime to trim the lead down to 10. And connects at the free throw line. First trip to the stripe for Q. That was his only made basket of the half. He's 1 for 7 for the game.
Well, Ishan Sharma back into the game for Amari. Now you've got 3 dead-eye shooters out there with Quentin Jones, Trey Green, and Ishan, not to mention Robbie, of course. But you have to set your defense. You've got to get some stops, some consistent stops to really run your offense effectively.
Jones 1 of 2. Autry, who was just bombing 3s in the first half, to hunger for 3. And the rebound to Quentin Jones. The Revs back defensively. Q penetrates out to Thames. And Avila comes up with a rebound. Robbie working on Jones, had it stripped away. Josh Schertz wanted a call there. Jones to Autry, lets it fly. And Johnson can't come up with it. Trey Green does. Green gets through traffic. Billikens down 9. Next whistle's a timeout. Great cut. Great throw down for Quentin Jones, and it's a 7-point game.
Well, that scissor action they run so effectively. Quentin, one little step up, back door, great find for the flush.
And underneath, that won't fall. Neither will that for Hunter. Now Trey. Robbie battling underneath. Green with the paint touch. Now he brings it out.
Keep moving, keep cutting.
Sharma floating beyond 3. And Avila gets fouled. The Billikens make it a 7-point game. 14:51 on the clock. Buckle up. Tonight, the Billikens have scored 22 points in the paint, presented by CertaPro Painters. For interior, exterior, commercial, and residential painting, hire the pros at CertaPro Painters. Get your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. To the free throw line, Robbie Avila, as the Billikens trail by 7.
Yeah, chance for Robbie to get it to 5. Just really good action. You know, you get two really good teams that's swinging back and forth. SLU made a good little run to start the half. GW answered with a run of their own, and now SLU 7-0 over the last 2 minutes. I kind of expect to see a lot of this the second half. Just moments of both teams imposing their will and the other teams answering.
Let's go to Tamar Scher.
Well, guys, for more on Robbie Avila, first of all, in that huddle, Coach Schertz saying be physical. That's what he wants to see from his team on both ends of the floor. Robbie Avila playing unselfish, 9 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds in this one. He's made everyone else follow as well. That's a guy that is a team guy, and Coach Josh Schertz saying that Robbie's a basketball savant. He's a guy who understands the game like a coach. He can make players better around him.
Paul Otieno called for the foul. He heard the challenge, be physical with Castro, and he was with him every step of the way, and then a foul was called.
Yeah, Paul's in really good shape here. Anytime you use an open hand, see that left hand that's open on the back, you're setting yourself up for a call. You really want to arm bar and keep that hand closed. I think he was in great position. Just stay really solid and challenge.
Castro, who can handle the ball, goes in. No, can't put the ball back in on a dunk. And GW gets it back. Dinkins trying to work on Otieno. A little off-balance 3 goes down for Trey Dinkins.
Beautiful sidestep 3 there for Dinkins. But I tell you, the missed dunk, Paul Otieno's got to go up and get that rebound. It's there to be had. Go use your size and get up and get it.
Jones finds a lane. No,
Just like
Otieno cleans it up.
You got to be full aggressive, go through the body. You can't hesitate in this kind of a game, especially with a player like Castro.
And now Marshall goes in hard, gets fouled. Otieno called for the foul, and the basket is good.
Yeah, we've talked about Marshall getting downhill. That right hand kind of comes off that screen. Right here you see it. Paul shows, just gets caught just a half step late. Marshall fast enough to get to the rim and finish. Interesting quandary for Coach Schertz. You want Otieno out there for his speed, his athleticism. But can you use him and stay with him and keep Robbie on the bench?
Lead is 9. They're trading punches here at Chaffetz. So far, it's been GW's game. Dion Brown in and out. Chasing it down is Quentin Jones. There's Trey for 3. Buries it. Trey Green cuts it to 6.
Well, great effort on the boards by Quentin Jones. It finds Trey Green. Just has that look in his eye like he wants the ball tonight. But again, can you get stops without fouling?
And an offensive foul. Trey takes the charge.
GW bench not happy with that call. The baseline official didn't call it. It was the half-court official. But you get that momentum. You get that call at home. Here it is again, getting his feet step. Just has a look when it comes off his hand. It's just so pretty when he has that rhythm.
Now Jones downhill. It won't go, and a rebound grab by Benjamin. Benjamin got poked in the eye.
And you got plenty of time. No reason to panic. No reason to get out of control if you're SLU. Just a bunch of stops. Same thing for GW. Run their stuff. Marshall again.
Marshall gets it to go. He's some driver. Tyrone Marshall Jr., the Nashville, Tennessee native, Western Kentucky transfer, making it happen for GW.
And every one of his tonight has been strong right hand. If you're SLU and you're scattered, look at this. Sharma's giving him way too much room to his comfort side, to that right hand. You've got to get on the high side and force him baseline.
Brady Dunlap was listed as questionable on the injury report before this game. We've not seen him in this contest.
Corner.
Green attacks in space. Brown back to Trey, the hot hand. Bang! Trey again, it's a 6-point game.
Pretty fine that time by Dion Brown. Got in the paint, found Trey back in the corner.
And a bad miss there for Aaron Gurin. Now Dion.
One more. Oh, this side.
And a foul is called. And 5 threes have gone down for Trey Green. He's 5 of 8. And the Billikens are back to a 6-point deficit. Quite a game here at SLU, Troy.
Yeah, really pretty drive here as Dion gets in the lane, kind of flips it on a dime, the spin move to Trey. Trey just looks like he has that intangible spirit tonight, just that want to. He wants the ball, wants to take big shots, make big shots. The question for SLU is just, can they get consistent stops?
Let's send it over to Tamar.
Well, something about this team, guys, is that on any given night, anyone can go off. And tonight, it's Trey Green's night. He is 5 of 8 from 3 so far in this game. And Ishan Sharma, another guy who is really impressive when shooting off movement. He told me yesterday that Trey, Brady, and himself all push each other in that category. That's something you're seeing from Trey tonight. Ish did it in the last game, but these are guys who can continuously impress when shooting off movement.
Thank you, Tamar. As Trey Green gets fouled. And Green is the leading scorer in this game right now with 17 points. This is his first trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, I was looking at that lineup. It was a really small lineup. They kind of have that SLU X lineup where it's just a bunch of guys that play really quick, but no big. No Amari. They're going to bring Robbie back in now for Quentin Jones, kind of a more traditional lineup there with Robbie at center. But it's important Tom, when someone's got a real hot hand and they just have that look in their eye, it's important for the teammates to know where that person is at all times. Find them first. Maybe you give them the ball, maybe you don't, but you at least give the defense a look, make them honor it, and it'll open up other driving lanes.
Lead is down to 5.
I feel like it hasn't been less than 5 in a long time.
And a foul.
We've talked about this too. Amari has to play 4 in a lot of instances, and defensively, that's a tough matchup. He's on the block against Castro, giving up 4 inches. That's his 4th foul, so here comes Kellen. Now he's going to match with Castro. Actually, they slide Dion Brown over. So you've got a big size discrepancy there, and they're trying to protect Robbie off of Castro is what they're doing. But primarily, these undersized guys got to really be physical without fouling.
Both teams with 6 fouls. A lot of free throws to be shot here. As this is a 3 from Marshall, it won't go. Castro tried to time the jump on the rebound. Thames got it. Avila saved it, and it was GW came up with it, and then Christian Jones can't score. Here's Dion Brown. 3 Revs are back, and they steal the pass to Green. Just stepping in front of it was Christian Jones.
Yeah, just on that edge of playing fast and out of control. Dion just got a little head down there. Here it is again. Castro on the post.
Castro into Brown. And a foul. Castro is 6'11". Brown is 6'3".
And this is the game within the game. How do both teams handle this matchup here? Castro just kind of discards the other hand. He's going to back down. He's just got too much size for Dion to not get in the paint. And so do you run a big at another big early? Do you double? How does Coach Schertz make those adjustments now as Dion's got a little foul trouble? Joins Amari on the bench.
Rafael Castro is from Dover, New Jersey. Went to Dover High School, then on to Providence, transferred to George Washington. At Providence, 2 seasons, made 1 start. Transferred to GW, and it was a good move for him. He has started every game since. And he has been a force in the A-10.
Yeah. No, a really good player. Coach Caputo has just done a great job with him being a featured big down low.
Now Q goes in. That ball was knocked away, but a foul is called. Billikens trying to find a way to slow down this GW team, and on this end of the floor trying to see how they can light the match and get it going.
What's interesting, both teams are in foul trouble, both were in the bonus, but yet it feels like the refs are really letting them play. It's been a physical game. That time Quentin Jones had his off arm up a little bit, but got away with it on the foul as he misses the first free throw.
Billikens are 6 of 13 from the line, now 50%. GW shooting 60% from the line.
You almost wonder if we're going to see a little trap or a change in strategy instead of just playing this straight man.
Jones attacks and gets the bucket. It's an 8-point game again.
It's just too easy. They're getting to their spots too easily.
Coming up on the 10-minute mark. And stolen away by Castro. He tried to find Sharma, and the 6'11 Castro was right there.
All kinds of wingspan there.
Christian Jones tied up with Trey, and it's going to be Billiken basketball.
Yeah, great hands there. I mean, again, Jones just kind of, he's left-handed. He gets a high pick and roll, gets to his left hand and finishes at the rim. There's just no one's making him change direction or get to his weak hand. It's a fairly easy basket for a Division I player.
63-55 under 10 minutes. Thames attacks and scores. Kellen Thames, it's what he does.
Yeah, speaking of downhill to your strong hand, there's Kellen with that big hop in the lane. Back to 6, and this seems to be the point 5 and 6 where the Billikens get stuck and can't get over the hump from here.
Need a stop, Johnson. He works on Sharma. Outside, short. Jones short. And Sharma corrals the rebound and a whistle.
That was a really good box out there by Ishan Sharma. Yeah, Kellen into the lane, big hop step. And again, he has the beauty of just, once he gets to a spot, he can elevate and kind of figure it out as he goes. Really pretty off the glass.
Ishan Sharma coming off the 29-point performance at St. Bonaventure. So far tonight, 2 points, 0 for 3 from 3, 1 for 4 overall from the floor. First trip to the free throw line. He has 3 fouls. McCautry and Brown each with 4 fouls.
Yeah. You hate to be redundant here, Tom, on the broadcast, but it just feels like whoever can play defense without fouling and or who's going to shoot free throws better down the stretch. Both teams in the bonus, both teams likely in the double bonus, you know, within the next few minutes. The way the game's been going, can you guard without fouling as the crowd comes to life?
It's down to 4, crowd is involved. Here we go, Billikens get a stop, this place will erupt.
See it.
It's too far for Autry. He tried to save it off of Billiken, and it last was touched by Slew, and it's going to be GW basketball on the sideline.
Yeah, just didn't quite grab it. Both teams had their chance to get their hands on it. But again, set your defense, 15 seconds.
Johnson working on Thames. Puts that arm out. He misses the shot. Thames gets the rebound. He's got Sharma to his right. Thames takes it himself. Yep. Kellen Thames!
Kellen Thames should be a triple jumper. Like one dribble from half court. The place is electric. The ref can't even hear the timeout.
They've gone wild at Chaffetz. to 2 as Kellen Thames electrifies the building.
I mean, he is just long steps, long strides there. First of all, good defense, gets the stop. But just look at this guy go. I mean, big steps, strong, 1, 2, like a gazelle bounding down the lane. Dr. Shavitz is here tonight to our left. I feel like in that moment, this building was as loud as it's been since it's been opened. Just so much energy. You can kind of feel the crowd that loves this winning streak, loves this Billiken team, doesn't want to see it come to an end tonight. Both teams are battling really hard. Just a fun stretch of basketball the last 3 or 4 minutes.
It's going to be a heck of an 8-minute, 28-second run here. And then Friday night, oh boy, Dayton coming into town for the Blizzard. What a week. Glad you're with us. 2-point game, Jones. Castro double. And the ball gets away from Autry, trying to get a timeout. He's gone for the travel.
Well, I love the adjustment by Coach Schertz out of the timeout. They hadn't really doubled at all Castro since the first half. That time, Quentin Jones comes aggressively. Watch this as he goes into Castro. Jones comes hard on the double. Castro, a little escape dribble, but just kind of throws it away. And I did think Autry just kind of shuffled it just barely there. Gives the Billikens a chance to tie or take the lead.
6-0 run for SLU. They've made 3 straight shots. They've held the lead for 25 seconds in this game. We have a whistle underneath.
We've seen this, they kind of muck it up defense, as Coach calls it, where they lay off Kellen. He just closes the space too quickly. I know you don't want to come out and press him at the 3-point line, but you give him too much room, and the next thing you know, he's already halfway in the paint. Critical one-on-one here.
9 fouls on GW now. James can't get it to fall.
0 for 3 from the line tonight.
Crowd into it again. Autry over to Johnson. And now Castro. Here comes the double.
Yep.
The throw to no man's land, but it was recovered by Jones. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Has to let it go. It's off the mark. It's out of bounds. It's SLU basketball. It's another stop. Billikens on a 6-0 run over the last 2 minutes, and SLU has been shutting things down defensively. That's really been the fuel of this run.
Yeah, well, first of all, they made a strategic decision. A, put Robbie on Castro, and then B, bring a double team. Make him a passer and make everybody else have to rotate out of that. 2 possessions in a row now. Castro with a bit of an errant pass. One led to a turnover. That one a long shot at the end of the shot clock. Good adjustment here by Coach Schertz. Hit it.
Avila. And another chance for GW. They are clinging to a 2-point lead. Johnson can't make, I should say. And that one is a nice box out by St. Louis, and Thames draws the foul.
Again, free throw contest. Kellen going back to the line after a great box out. 1 and 1. Excuse me, that's 10 on GW for the half with 2 shots for Kellen. I always thought there was a little extra mental. Oh. They sent. Check it on the monitor.
They want to look and make sure.
If you're a good free throw shooter or shooter in general, you're always going to the line.
Yeah,
make
right.
sure you're the guy. Eshawn with a little
Thames.
wink to Kellen there, like, I got you, bud.
Thames 0 for 3 at the line.
But shooting 2 gives you a little extra confidence. You know, you're at the line, just step up there, go through your routine. I had a coach tell me in 4th grade, you gotta get a free throw routine. I do it to this day, all these years later. 2 dribbles, spin, 2 dribbles. Whatever your routine is, get there, concentrate on that, not anything else. Yeah, here's the previous shot in the box out. Yeah, definitely Kellen's. You talk about it just flat. Let's see some arch. That's better.
There you go. Down to 1. SLU led on an opening basket by Dion Brown. It's the last time they led in this game.
This is what your home court's all about. A little pressure here, full court. Get the crowd back into it. See if you can get another turnover, steal.
Jones on Jones. Johnson. And here come the Billikens with that chance to take the lead and blow the roof off this place.
Trey.
Green!
Oh!
Oh, baby!
Well,
stuck in the rim. We're seeing it all tonight.
we've talked about Trey Green off the bounce and off the move. Watch this one here on the right wing. You reach, I teach. Dinkins just goes for the little crossover. Trey gets to his spot. Nothing but net. Beautiful shot, beautiful release. Billikens up 2 for the first time since the first minute of the game, but it is a jump ball. A lot of people don't know that. When it gets stuck in the rim, it's a jump ball. GW keeps possession.
There's Dinkins to Castro. Dinkins takes it all the way in, and they just cannot get a bucket. SLU dominating here, a 10-0 run over the last 3 minutes. Robbie wants to join the party. Avila for 3. SLU by 5.
Stay solid.
And they're coming up short now. Autry misses. Crowd's going nuts.
Find your shooters. You've got all the momentum. Amari just making plays. Run that high pick and roll again with Robbie. Drop it back to him.
Robbie.
And
off the glass and in. Count it! The 21st ranked team in the country is showing its teeth. A 15-0 run.
Well, credit Robbie. I give Robbie a lot of credit. First of all, defensively, took on the challenge of Castro. hits the three that time. Once he makes a three, it's so hard for the defenders. Is he going to shoot? Is he going to pass? Is he going to drive? Uses his body, gets in the lane for the and one. Chance to put SLU up 8. All of a sudden, feels like they were down 5 or 6 the whole game.
It's 7. Jones, the bounce at Castro, throws it down and temporarily quiets this crowd.
Yeah, great pick and roll action. Jones had a look in his eye that time. He was just going to make a play, gets into the lane, really pretty pass. Castro with a big time finish.
Double team on Robbie, now Trey. Against Castro, gets around him. Trey, oh, he got blocked.
Yeah.
Castro got his paw on it. Here comes GW. Johnson, looking for someone, finds Jones.
I was really surprised Coach didn't take a timeout earlier when SLU went on a big run. Credit his guys. The roof was just about to blow off this place. 2 baskets in a row for George Washington to get it back within a 1-possession game.
Foul on the way in. No shot. Quentin Jones will go to the line. There is Johnson, and he had to find somebody, and the cutter was Jones.
Yeah, pretty play there. Again, a lot of trust from Coach Caputo and his guys. Tons of noise. The Billikens are really struggling from the line here tonight.
10 for 21 from the free throw line for SLU.
Four-point game, all about the defense, though. Stops after stops, keep challenging it, making it hard. Yeah.
Foul called in the lane as Jones was working his way in. Quentin Jones called for the foul.
I tell you, Christian Jones has a smooth, easy way about him. Really smooth with that dribble. That time, he's left-handed, but he gets to his right hand, kind of gets in the lane and draws the bump.
Redshirt sophomore out of Stratford, Connecticut. And the 6'4" guard, Christian Jones, to the free throw line. And knocks it down. Student section giving him the business. He airballed one earlier on that desperate pass from Castro, and he had to let it fly. And it was right in front of him. Gets that one to fall.
Christian Jones with a great couple possessions. They were down 7. He gets the feed to Castro for the dunk. There he converts both free throws to a 2-point game. Credit him for sure.
Q all the way in, and it was blocked. Castro came up with it, and now here comes Christian Jones with a chance to tie or take the lead for GW. It's Marshall, no, and a foul is called. I'll be honest, I'm not sure where.
Let's see if we get a replay here. Amari, called it on Amari on the drive.
All right, on the shoulder.
Maybe on the left hand there. It wasn't on the shooting hand, it was kind of on his left hand as he came through. I'll tell you, the last 2 or 3 possessions though, SLU's been too fast. You had all that momentum from the 3. Quentin Jones with a couple really quick drives early in the shot clock when Castro was set on defense. Move that ball, get some player movement, look for that three-point shooters out there.
McCautry fouls out of the game on this.
Yeah. Those are the ones when you feel like you just didn't get your money's worth at all. You know what I mean? If you're going to take a foul, go up there and challenge one, not like an offhand, left hand. Mari's got both of his hands on his head on the bench.
Got the Humphreys inflatables trying to cause a distraction. Humphreys will be on fire tonight if the Billikens can pull this off. They lead by a point, under 4 now. Robbie's going to take it himself, had it knocked away.
Yeah.
And at last touched by Avila, says the official. Robbie wants them to look at it. We'll take a break, we'll take a look. 3:54 to go in the game. The Billikens by 1. To go in the game. SLU trailed by as many as 15. They're back in the lead, 71-70. This game has been a wild one. We thought it would be between two of the better teams in the A-10.
Yeah, we'll take a closer look here. It's kind of hard to tell from this angle. Obviously, Jones hits it from George Washington, but does it hit off Robbie's like kind of upper knee as he's continuing his dribble? I don't believe Coach Schertz officially challenged it, so maybe a moot point. GW's ball underneath.
Yeah, the officials are not reviewing anything. It is going to be GW basketball off Robbie. 13 turnovers on SLU, 11 on George Washington. Amari McCautry's fouled out of the game. Deion Brown has 4 fouls. He continues to sit. Otieno's on the floor with Quentin Jones, Trey Green, Robbie Avila, and Kellen Thames. Thames has 15 points.
Well,
Robbie with 16, Trey with 21, and a near steal by Quentin Jones, and a little full court pressure.
Well, we talked about both teams kind of having moments where they made little runs back and forth. George Washington certainly has, as Marshall goes right again.
Foul called on Robbie.
And literally, Coach Schertz is looking at Robbie saying he's going to dribble right. He's going to dribble right with his right hand. That's the scouting report. See it here. Marshall gets that head of steam. He's done this all night. Strong side. Robbie puts 2 hands on him as he turns the corner, draws the foul.
Robbie's first foul of the night. We're tied, and now Marshall with a chance to give the Revs the lead, and he does, 72-71.
And if I'm St. Louis U, I'm looking for Trey Green. He got you back in the game with his hot shooting. I'm trying to run sets, run action to get him a look like that.
Long 3, Trey off the front of the rim. And Castro came up with it for GW, and here they come. Jones to Castro, lost it. Robbie with a steal, shovels it ahead to Trey. Trey keeps his dribble, gets around 1. Trey lays it in. The Billikens take the lead back with 3 minutes to go.
Well, great handle that time. Great rotation by Robbie for the steal. Beautiful behind the back dribble and finish for Trey Green. Who can get more stops?
23 for Trey. He steals it. Green lofts it up, and it got batted away by Christian Jones.
Throw a bounce pass.
Autry to Johnson. He got Avila in the air. He spins. He pushes his way around and scores. He's all over the place and scores in the lane.
And that transition, you could see the lob was coming. Just throw the bounce pass. Quentin Jones had the angle laid in. Where do you want to attack?
Thames to Jones. Q. Back out. Robbie gets his man in the air. Spins. And called for the travel.
All right, set your defense. He's got ball here. Tough call. I don't know if it was a little hop step on the spin.
We've seen him do it a million times. Marshall working on Robbie.
Good.
And Robbie wins that battle.
First time they forced him back to his left. First time.
It's Kellen. Kellen. Back out. Robbie! Buries the three!
Great answer by Robbie. Gets a tough call to travel. Timeout GW. Steps into it with confidence. Knocks it down. Big 2-point lead.
This place is electric. Chaffetz Arena as the Billikens lead by 2 on the three-pointer by Robbie Avila.
Well, we talked about all night the matchup of Castro and Avila is a potential player of the year matchup here in the A10. That time, Kellen on the drive. Castro just sinks a little bit below the free throw line, and that's what Robbie does. You have to feel like you help, and then all of a sudden there he is at the three-point line.
Robbie has 19 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He's hit 3 threes, 3 of 7. And Robbie Avila, the preseason watch list for the Naismith Trophy, Oscar Robertson Trophy, Wooden Award, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award for Best Center, is putting on a show here tonight when the Billikens need it most.
And the matchup's been just what we expected. Castro on the other side with 10 points and 16 rebounds. He's certainly done his part. I saw Dion Brown get up like he was going to check in. I think they stay with their lineup with Paul Otieno guarding Castro. They're going to have Robbie on Marshall. It's all about this ball pressure. Keep the ball in front of you.
It's Jones on the drive and slammed home by Castro.
And that all happens when Jones gets around the screen. He gets over that ball screen and gets downhill. Now everybody's chasing.
Jones launches. And the rebound, Castro, and here comes GW in a tie ball game.
Clock's on your side if you're Slew. You have plenty of time to get a stop, and then you can take the last shot. Got to get the stop without fouling.
20-second differential, game clock, shot clock.
Again, contain the ball.
Marshall working on Robbie. Runs out of room, and the shot will not fall. The putback, no! And here we go. A tie game. They want to call timeout when they cross, and that's exactly what they do with 17.3. One shot to win it.
Well, they're going to get Ishan Sharma back in the game. Gives you more options on the shooter. You'll have an action with Trey Green on one side and Ishan Sharma on the offside. If you overhelp, that skip will be there. Probably get the ball up top to Robbie and let him make the play off that scissors action. It's just, which we've seen all year. Yeah, again, make him go left. He spins back right, but you could wall up. Had a really good chance there on the follow for Johnson, just doesn't go. I mean, it's been a game of inches. I mean, here we are at 76. Both teams have had their moments. Really even in so many ways. We talked coming on the air about what a mirror matchup they are. A lot of similarities. Couldn't be any closer with 17.3.
What a basketball game here in St. Louis. Slew and GW. The Atlantic 10. With the Billikens, the only unbeaten team in the league at 7-0. They're 19-1. They're in search of their 20th victory. Never in the history of the school have they had a start of 20-1.
Now on the other side, what's Coach Caputo do? Is he going to just play it straight, man-to-man? Will he switch everything? Are they going to double if he sees Robbie get an opportunity? Love the chess match inside the chess match. And as we talked about, Ishan Sharma is in the game. And don't forget about Kellen Thames on the offensive glass. He can come flying in from any angle.
GW breaks the huddle. Josh Schertz had one last instruction for Robbie Avila as he walked off the floor. Trey Green is going to inbound this. Sharma.
Wouldn't surprise me if they try to give it to Robbie and then Trey just comes right back to it. And they play a two-man game. They throw it in the backcourt.
Backcourt to Kelly. Thames on the move. Thames to Robbie. The three. Hits it! With 3 seconds. Long pass.
Got a wall up.
Intercepted by Robbie. And the Pelicans win it on a 3 by Avila. And they storm the Player of the Year candidate in front of the scorer's table.
Player of the Year, hello! Opposing bigs, Tom, are just not used to staying out that far on the court to a shooter at a 5, and Robbie drains it top of the key. You see Kellen here just on the drive. What a beautiful pass. Castro just too deep on the help, which is what he's supposed to do. It's what you're taught from elementary school. Loses Robbie, top of the key, dead eye. What a ball game here tonight.
An absolute thriller at Chaffetz. You see it again. They design it for Robbie, and he buries it.
That is a great look from behind. The second Kellen drives, Castro goes to be a shot blocker, which is what he is. Meanwhile, Robbie goes the opposite way to be a deep shooter, which is what he is.
As he gets an embrace, and from Dr. Chaffetz, we turn it over to Tamar Sheriff.
Robbie, you got one shot. You made that shot. They called your number. What was that like for you?
You said what? Sorry, it's loud.
One shot to make it. They called your number. You got it. What was that like for you?
I mean, it's just what I do. You know, we've had many moments in my career where, you know, we go to me and, you know, I've known to hit those shots, and I'm comfortable with that. You know, KT trusted me on that, drew 2, picked it out, hit the shot, so let's go home.
What does that say about your team? You were able to fight back in that. It was a tough game. It was a physical game, but you were able to get it done in the end.
Yeah, no, it's just a character of how resilient we are. You know, we've never been in this moment yet so far in conference season. So for us to fight back down 10, down 14, you know, it's big time to show that we're, you know, even when we're down, we're not out.
20-1. No program, no team in program history has ever hit that mark. What is that like for you to get that start for the SLU Billiken program?
I'll say it's amazing, you know, to be starting out 20-1, you know, undefeated in conference. You know, it's what these fans been waiting for. You know, they haven't had a team like this in a long time. So, you know, credit to them. You know, we're just trying to put a show out that they're proud of, and we got a lot more to do.
Thanks, Robbie. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
It's what I do, and let's go home.
I love it.
Robbie Avila and the St. Louis Billikens will be back with more from Chaffetz on a thriller right after this. That's the look of a team that got the work done in the second half. The Billikens were down by 10. They come back, they win the ball game. What an unbelievable win for SLU on the 3 by Robbie, and they beat George Washington 79-76.
Well, they talked about their resilience. I thought they hung in there. They just fought, and GW fought so hard tonight, too, to get back in the game, keep the streak alive. That makes Friday that much more electric. Be 20-1 with Dayton coming in. And you know what, Tom? Conference is not going to be easy. Sometimes you get tested. You've got to fight when things aren't going your way, and they pulled it off tonight.
Look at that. They led by 4 minutes and 26 seconds of time. Hey, it all matters what it says in the end. And in the end, the Billikens are 20-1. It's their best start ever. They're ranked 21st in the country. The Dayton Flyers are coming in on Friday night. If you're not here on Friday night, I hope you can get in somehow. It's going to be unbelievable. For Troy Robertson and our outstanding crew, I'm Tom Ackerman. St. Louis University basketball, they are the city's basketball team, and they are the talk of the town. They do it again and beat the Revs of George Washington.